here I am, here I am. You know that song, here we are, here we are, here we are. That's me, darlings, that's me. I'm here, I'm here. And I have been really, I wasn't sure I'd be here this week. I don't mean here, I mean here to do the video, because I have been under the weather with the flu. Felt really, pardon the expression, shitty. Felt terrible. And I've got my water in front of me, got my cards here, which I'm going to shuffle in a few minutes. I'm going to get right into this today, darlings. There's a bit to cover. I'm talking about or asking questions around while I'm talking to you. I'm pulling out my cards. I'm using my Rider-Waite pack because I've been drawn to that lately, although I have seen a new one that I think I might do. But I'm going to do a little introduction first. Say a big thank you to you beautiful people and all your amazing comments. Oh my God, I just love them. You are so you're blessed. I'll tell you, you're my blessed, you're my earth angels. And I have two little earth angels here today. I've had to move the room around a bit so I can get two beds in for the earth angels. One older one who's beautiful and gorgeous and is normally up here in her bed, but I don't know where she is. Probably having a rest. Oh no, they're under the chair having a little play. Let's hope they don't get too boisterous. Hear her, the little baby one. So if I have to interrupt, is what it is, darlings. If I have to interrupt the little earth angels here, if they get a bit boisterous, but there's no point in locking them out, because if I shut the door, lock them out, well, then, you know, you'll hear them trying to tear the door down. So juggle, balance. Isn't that what our lives are all about, making sure the cards are all in order? Okay, first of all, I've said, my thank yous to you, gorgeous people. Click on the link below and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed to the channel. And guess what Wallis has added to the website or to the recording? I have added a donation area where you can, if you want to help keep the channel going, you can donate. I noticed that a lot of other people are doing that, and I've refrained from doing that because I don't like asking. Put your hand up. Anybody else here don't like asking? Some of you don't mind doing it. Some of you do mind. I mind a lot. I'm a very independent soul, and I don't like to ask for help. I don't like to ask for anything. I'd fall over on me bloody face before, I asked. But the angels and my spirit guides have been saying to me, don't reinvent the wheel. Look at what other people are doing. What are they doing successfully? And if you want to be here in time to come for people, then you have to make money from this to do it. Shameless, not shameful. And that's the truth. We're living in a time where, we just simply, you can't pay people to do things and keep it all running and going if you haven't got the dollars to do it. And whilst I keep mine to, I hope, a fairly manageable level, it is still money, and it still costs to do it. I don't need to rave on about it, do I? So I've put a donation button. So all donations, thankfully accepted from my heart to keep the channel growing and for it to be, for it to be part of what we need to do. Now, here's the thing, and that reminds me that, this whole movement of the planets I've talked about, as above, so below, And recently looking at the magician card and the table with all the, you know, tools on it that the magician uses, and thinking about it is so much about as above, so below, and what's going on in the heavens, and what this whole transition of Jupiter doing and moving in the heavens through, you know, areas like Capricorn and yet other things happening, and us entering this age of Aquarius, the fifth dimension. So much. God, you know, I could be talking on this to you. You know, it could be a bloody seminar or webinar or something. But I just simply want a bit of shameless self-promotion. And if you'd like to join in on the webinar next month in August for the numerology, couple of hours for that, $47 US. Go to Bold Not Old, and we'll have a new website. It'll be up any time now. We've developed something new and some SEO and other techno stuff on it that hopefully is going to reach more people and bring more people to our doorstep for readings and those types of things. Made a couple little notes for myself. So the topic today is Pennsylvania, you know, what happened there, and Biden stepping down, and, you know, SCOTUS. We're going to look at some of those things, and Epstein. We're going to have a little look at that because that's really interesting, and it's really interesting, the media and various areas of the media that are have fallen in with obviously some promises. This happened in 2016, didn't it? You know, all this corrupt nonsense. And I'm not saying all media is corrupt, but oh God, there's a great deal of it, isn't there? And they can all be bought for a song, which is very, very sad. So what song? And I have to tell you straight up front, and if I upset you and you don't like me, and you know, throw rocks or stones at me or want to stone me in the square, that's all good. But I just want you to know up front that I am very, very pro-democracy. So I am about freedom for us all. I'm about us having freedom over our body. I'm about us having women having the freedom to live our lives and do what we need to do for us, and us make our bloody decisions. Nobody else make them, and certainly not some old codgers, she says, as she's getting older, but some bloody old codgers sitting in their robes, you know, silly old men sitting in their robes rattling on about things they know nothing about. Have they ever given birth to babies? Have they ever been pregnant? It does my head in. But anyway, we won't get into that right now, but I am telling you, I am pro-democracy, so whatever I put forward to you today is all about love, and it's all about freedom. It's all about our freedom. So I've said my thank yous to you. I've probably upset some people's apple cart because, you know, they might be, you know, Trump supporters, and support whoever you want. I don't care. I don't care who you support. But I do care about preserving our democracy. So I think, quite frankly, the best person for that right now in America that you've got running, and you've got two running mates, and I don't care. I don't want to hear all the crap and the rubbish about age and all the rest of the nonsense. Take a look. And a lot of us on here are getting older too. So we shouldn't be putting up with all this bullshit about age. That's just nonsense. And the media focus in America is being bought. You know, CNN, what's that other one? Washington Post, is it? Look at the media that's, and of course Fox. Oh, I'm so disappointed in him. He's an Aussie, and I'm so disappointed in, you know, in what he's done. His mother, I knew his mother, and she was lovely. She was absolutely a delight, and she was absolutely beautiful. And oh my God, think she'd turn in her grave, really. You know, we can say that, can't we? But, you know, I'm pretty sure his mother wouldn't be too bloody proud of him. Anyway, we won't get into all that either. Okay, so I am going to do a reading today for Texas Lady and White Hibiscus Carmel. I'm going to do a little mini reading for you. I used to call it a one-card reading, but I do more than one card, so I can't hang on the one card anymore. I've got to call it, you know, something else. So I'm calling it, you know, like a mini reading for you. I'm thanking everybody who's inputted. I'd like to answer all your questions. Clarence, you had a question for me. What was your question, darling? And I can't, God damn it, I should have written it down. I can't remember what it was. Clarence. Oh, it might come back, darling. Bear with me. My head's a bit frosty at the moment. Oh, frosty. But there was a lady in Queensland here in Australia that said about, oh, that's right, just go back and rewind a little bit. Clarence, you said about Trudeau when you asked about gay rights and things like that. I think as we crystallise all this, pardon the pun, we're becoming more crystal beings, but as we crystallise all of this and we move now into a whole different ballgame, a whole different world, a whole different thing that we're going to be doing, living and participating in. None of those rights, the rights of gay people are not going to disappear. How do I know that for absolute certain? Because it's part of our evolution. It's part of this evolvement of humankind. We're not going to be looking at in the future so many of these silly boundaries that we've set in the name of something or other. We're not going to be doing that in the future. We're going to be more, hop up, darling, jump up, little earth angel. We're going to be looking at more community. We're going to be looking at we're looking out more for each other. There's many of us who are in a position where they're developing and putting together. You only have to take a look at technology, take a look at the things that have been put together that are cutting out, you know, all the giants and cutting out where, you know, people have been fleeced and, you know, take a look at all the stuff. And medicines and all sorts of things are going on. All sorts of things are happening. So as part of that shift and as part of that movement, you're not going to see those sorts of things. Will Trudeau be there? I'm not going to ask that question today. I don't know. I can't answer it. I'm not going to run the cards on it today and ask the question because I want to ask the question on some of these other things. But the lady in Queensland said about the Kari people, well, don't you get up here, please, little earth angel. Get back into your bed. I made a bed for you. I went to a lot of trouble for that. Just is, isn't it? What can you do? When they turn, excuse me, pushing your feet back and being bossy. She'll stop, hopefully, in a minute. The Kari people, we're all going to be equal, darling. Don't worry about who's taken over what. I want you all to have a think about what you're thinking. I want you to rethink your thinking because you know, a lot of us, and that means you. I'm going to be a bit hard today. A lot of us, we need to rethink our stinking thinking. You know, we've got to get a grip on this. This is not the good old days. This is not just an adjustment and we're going to, you know, go back to pretty much the way it was and feel all comfortable and cozy and woolly about it. It's not going to happen. It's not happening. It's not going to happen. It's not part of what is the whole movement. It's not going to happen. We are going to traverse this and come through this difficult upheaval and these difficult times. How? By adjusting our thinking, by admitting to ourselves that we're in change, and things can't keep going the way that they've been going. They just simply can't. The world has become way more transparent because, you know, we're seeing corruption almost instantly in our face. Once upon a time, all those things could be, you know, glossed over and, you know, we wouldn't know about things. Look at the whole Epstein thing. You know, look at what's coming up about Trump and the whole thing with all these guys. Who was running all this? Who was running this whole, you know, pedophile ring and this whole thing with young women and all? It's bloody archaic. Is it going to change? Yeah, it's going to change. How's it going to change? Because things are becoming more transparent, and we, like I said last week in the video, we're not accepting it anymore. And we as women aren't accepting it anymore. I'm telling you. I have to give you a little thing. Many years ago, I think I might have said this in one of my earlier videos, but I'm going to say it again because it's very relevant to this time. The Pleiades many years ago, 30, 40, predicted there would be a woman president in the US, that was coming. And when the whole thing around Hillary Clinton went, I thought that was what it was going to be, and there would be you know, there would be someone who wouldn't be, you know, really terrific for everything. I think, you know, we've definitely seen that, haven't we? And it's extraordinary. It's extraordinary as an Australian living in a democracy and in the country that I live in, looking at all this and going, how can anybody who's a convicted felon, it doesn't matter whether you agree or disagree or whatever, but if you're a convicted felon, how do you become president of the United States? How do you hold that office? How do you then, as a convicted felon, everybody else, it should be the same rules for everyone. You don't allow people into America if they're convicted felons. Can't leave our country and go to America if you've been convicted here of a felon. But you'll elect a fellow, or look at electing a fellow that's a felon. Oh, come on. Gee, are we talking? Oh, no, it's blows me away. I just, and then, how does that person then get to travel to other countries and mix with other people? What are we doing here? Are we mad? Are we going mad? Or we lost the plot totally? Or are we going to get a grip? And I'm suggesting we're going to get a grip on all this in a big way. And as women, I'm talking to you women, and you gorgeous men who support your women. I'm all for you too, darlings. You know it's all got to change, you know. Okay, so don't worry about the people and the Kari and all the rest of it here, the woman in Australia in question. Look at all your fellow inhabitants. Look at the people around you. Look at everybody. Don't worry about your rights. What's rights? Don't look at all that. Look at your life. Look at your life and how it is. And you know, I have a little chuckle because I look at my own life and I think, will all those things change my life? The thing that will have a very big impact on my life, and that's why I put my hand up and speak out, is living in a democracy. I want to have some say. In Australia, we have to vote. We all have to vote, or we get fined if we don't. So if you've got an opinion, speak out, and that's how it should be. There's a lot of people with a lot of opinions. When it comes time to vote, they don't bloody vote. Does my head in. How do you do that? You know, But here in Australia, we vote, and we have to. And, you know, I'm all for democracy. So that affects my life. As for everything else, the only thing that affects my life is me. If I want something, I've got to get it. If I want to live a particular life, I've got to provide it. Nobody else is going to do it for me. And I'm telling you, nobody else is going to do that for you either. You have to provide that for yourself, and you have to make the best decisions that you can make around your life. Okay? Getting on my soapbox a bit today, kiddies. You know, you need to. So I'm going to look at the whole thing with, first of all, I'm going to look at the SCOTUS thing, because I think there's a big upheaval there. I think some of those old fellas are going to have to, yeah, they're going to have to come to terms with what they've done. Oh, not real bright. You got to wonder, don't you? But you know, it's the age-old thing that these people are put into positions, and then they think they're infallible and bulletproof, and that nobody can touch them, and they can do whatever they want. And you know, their silly bloody wives follow them. Well, I'm saying things today, and I can. Oh boy, I'll probably get some crap thrown at me for this. Okay, I'm fine. I'm fine with that. Okay, I'm going to look at this. Oh, joke. It's a joke. Yep. Okay. All right. Yep. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to show you. The judgment card came out. Don't always read the cards literally, but I'm going to read the energies of them. Knight of Swords and darling. All right, darling. All right. And Six of Wands here. This is a really, really nice card. I like the Six of Wands, and I'm glad it showed up, because it shows you know, growth, and it shows, you know, good outcomes for things. These ones here, Swords, Judgment. Oh, look at this. You know, being bound up, you know, the Ten of, I love it, the Ten of Swords. Darling, don't do that, please. Ten of Swords. And so what these cards say to me is that, yep, absolutely, there's a reckoning, and we're going to see it. And we're going to see, you know, this... we're going to see this move along, this whole thing. The SCOTUS thing isn't over. It's not over. And I think you'll see Merrick Garland, I think, if he doesn't do it immediately, I think you're going to see some, you're going to see something happen there around the Department of Justice with all that, because that can't go on. And you need... America needs to come to a point where, you know, they respect, you know, they gain back their respect for, you know, the systems and the things that they voted for and the things that they put in place. And that's only going to happen when the system itself self-corrects. That's what I'm going to say about that. But it's definitely going to happen. It's all in the pipeline. I think Merrick Garland is going to perhaps even have not put in a special person like a Jack Smith person. I don't think he's going to do that. I think that his department may even handle that themselves, and that's definitely something. And this card here is a nice card, because it says there will be a better outcome around that. So I'm going to go with that on that one. Darlings, please come up here. Come on. No, come on up here. That's a good girl. Get up. Now, the other thing I'm going to have a little reading on is this whole thing around Biden and, you know, the media. Oh, the media need a foot up the, you know, where. And yeah, they need a good, you know, pulling over the coals, that lot, because they're that's not a good thing. And because they're, you know, I think Trump might have promised them a few things, and so they're going to sell their souls like a lot of other people have done. While I'm doing it, the moon card has come out, and I'm going to put that there. The focus on Joe Biden's health has been just too mad, too over the top. What does he have to do? What's enough? You know, if you're going to your doctor or you've got a doctor and you get a clean bill of health and all those sorts of, what else do you need? But none of that makes headlines, does it? No, they're focused on all sorts of other nonsense and other rubbish. And, you know, he'll win. He'll win. And you know why he'll win? Because all the women will get behind him. And why will they get behind him? Because he believes in women's rights and he believes in those things. And that's what you've got to think about. You've got to think about, well, what does he believe in and what does he want to maintain? And he's been a pretty bloody good president, and I wouldn't like to have been his age, running the show with, you know, the other lunatic in the background, you know, trumping at my heels every time I turned around and every time I did something. And, you know, the other political party that, oh, excuse me, we won't get into that. Okay, so I'm going to have a little look at the Biden thing. I'm asking them to show me whether Joe Biden is going to be stepping, excuse me, Joe Biden's going to be stepping down or not. Oh, okay. Well, there's certainly a few people. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, there's certainly a few people edging for it. Now, the cards that came out, the moon. Well, you know, the moon. Yep, it's a great card, but it's all about, you know, it's got some good things with it. But it's shush. It's a sign of the times, and it's about all the things that are going on at the moment. I'll put you outside the door, I will. Knight of Swords came out. Again, this here. I'm going to put those two together. And Judgment card and the Hierophant. I love the Hierophant. It's one of my favourite cards. And I love it. It's about the, you know, the thinking spiritual substance of the universe. Stop it. The spiritual substance of the universe, this Hierophant. And the Judgment card is about, you know, I guess it's about passing judgment on things, getting your head straight, getting, you know, really, it's about us all being called. And Joe Biden's got this going on around him too. He's got these people who are got no spine. You know, he was elected by a whole lot of people to be the candidate. And now you've got these spineless people who at the first little thing or something they don't like or some other nonsense that goes on, you know, once upon a time all the focus was on him tripping on aeroplane steps or tripping over or falling down. Love. I'd like a penny for every time I've tripped over and fallen down, and bloody on aeroplane steps too, in the days when you had to walk up and down those rotten things. I don't know how many times I tripped on those or fell on top of somebody in front of me. But that doesn't make me an idiot, and it didn't make me, you know, anyway. So there are a group of people, spineless people who, you know, are trying to, you know, make this something else and would like to, you know, change horses right now. That's not going to happen. I'm not saying that, you know, somewhere during his presidency, you know, he might change and hand over to Kamala Harris. But at this point of time, he's the go, and he's your best option for your keeping your democracy in place. And I'm going to go with that. I think he'll win. And I think he'll win because I think that women will carry him through on their wings, their Earth Angel wings, because he respects women and he'll keep things intact. the Hierophant and Judgment card tell me that there is a spirituality behind this. There's a movement. He'll be all right. He'll weather all this. He's a good politician. He's been around a long time and he's seen all this nonsense over and over. And if he's come this far and weathered these 4 years, trust me, I wouldn't like to have had his job. He can weather the rest. The moon is about all this, thinking, all this stuff going on behind the scenes, and it's a little bit of a worry. It's certainly a little bit of a concern, but it'll be all right. He will. I'm going to say he's going to win the election in the US, and it'll. This is all tough going, but I believe this time that the other bloke won't get away with all his corruption and all his nonsense, even though right now he's bought some of the newspapers and their loyalty. It's pretty sick, isn't it? You certainly need to get rid of that. All right, okay, all right. Now, Texas lady, thank you very much. I'm going to do a quick reading for you, lovely. I'm going to see what's up with you, and then I'm going to do one for you, Carmel, White Hibiscus. Okay, Texas lady, what's going on, love? Right, okay. Let's have a little look at you, darling. Okay, all right. I'm going to show you the cards that came out. This one here was the first card out. Yeah. And this was the first card. It's the Five of Cups, depending on what it comes out with. But, okay, we'll talk about that in a minute. The Wheel of Fortune and another Cups here. So I'm going to go for this. I'm going to go for the fact that there's a lot of emotion. There's a lot of emotion going on around you. You're in a bit of a quandary, darling, because there's been some stuff. Was there a person recently close to you that passed away? Was there a situation that felt like that? Did a person pass away, or was there a situation that felt? That's what I'm getting. I'm getting this thing about a situation. There's a situation going on around you that feels it's that type of loss, I'm going to say. It feels big. The loss of it feels big. I'm going to go with that. I don't know that it was a person that passed away around you so much as it's a situation or something that's gone on that felt of that magnitude, that felt you were, that felt that's lost. Okay, that situation dovetails into and is part of the end of a cycle, the end of something, the end of a situation, the end of a relationship, the end of, that's what I'm getting. I'm feeling that this is a relationship. 10 or 15 years. Might even be longer. It could be 20 years. But it's the end of it. It's the end of this cycle. It's the end of all that happening, and you're you're moving on from it. And you will, but I feel it, I've got this, I can feel this, it's like a loss, it's like something that you feel really at a loss, like as if it's like a bereavement. That's what's coming. It's something like that. I'm going to go with that. But you're also, but there's a high side to that, there's a high side to it, because you're open. God love you, God bless you. You're open, and I mean that in a spiritual sense, darling, when I say to any of you, when I say to you, God bless you, or when I say those things, I mean that in a spiritual sense, okay? I mean that in the universal presence being with you and blessing you. Pardon me, you have a great capacity for love. You have a great capacity to share and to take people in. This other has damaged and hurt you a little, but you're okay. You can move on, darling. You can move on. Sure you can. And in fact, there's some real there's some ups and downs here around growth, new things. What will I be doing? Where am I going? What do I want to do? Don't rush, I'm being told. Don't rush. Don't rush into things. Just sit. Pardon me, sit with that. Sit with things a little while and take those in your stride and just sit with them, and don't get into your head around it. Stay with your heart, because you're a very heart-centered person. Stay with that, but don't let this other that's gone on, don't let that change at all, okay? Don't let it do that. Okay. So let me know. Let me know. Let me know how you are, darling. Let me know how you are. Okay. Okay, I'm shuffling again for caramel, white hibiscus. Whoa, I'm going to leave that out there. A couple of cards from you too, caramel. Some good thing over this. Change, caramel. Change. 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 I can almost hear your mind ticking over, caramel. You've had a lot of thinking going on. You've had a lot of things to mull over. Yes, yeah, it's the end of a cycle. These two cards came out first. One's a lovely celebration card. There is certainly a celebration, looking out over your life and domain and celebrating what you have achieved, what you personally have achieved so far, and what you've done and what you've made of that, which is pretty amazing. What you have molded out of that. This card here says to me that, yeah, it's definitely, you're definitely looking for new. I'm going to have a little look at that for you, pal. Because something else, there it is. Yeah, doesn't surprise me at all. Oh, God, what's going on here? How beautiful. Okay. The Lover's card, the Ace of Cups, the Hangman, and the Ace of Pentacles. Now, opportunity. Couple of them, couple of opportunities there for you. If they haven't come, they're coming. If they've already come, you're deciding what will I do? What do I want to do? How will I do it? La la la. And a couple of opportunities. Definitely a couple of opportunities. Part of the whole issue around these couple of opportunities, if they haven't arrived yet, they're coming. Now, if they've arrived already, well, then you're in this space of this other card that says that you're feeling a bit, you're feeling a bit tied to, you're sort of tied up a bit, Carmel. You're a bit nervous. I can feel your nervousness about things. I can feel you being a bit apprehensive. But no, darling, now's not the time to be apprehensive for any of us. That applies to us all. That's not just you, sweetheart. That's all of us. Don't be apprehensive about everything. Don't be, don't be put off. This is definitely a time for us all to, be brave. So I want you to be brave. You're not tied to anything particularly. You're your own person. I am getting a person. I am actually getting the energies of a person. Can you have a little look at that? I'm getting the energies of a person. It's hard to walk away from things, Carmel. It's very hard to walk away, darling, from emotions. So you're having a bit of a hassle with that. You're having a bit of a few ups and downs of this, this feeling tied, feeling emotionally tied to the past. And it's not difficult to feel, and you don't want to keep doing this, by the way. It's not difficult to feel that you've sort of been, hanging upside down a bit. But opportunity knocks, darling. Don't be skittish about it, and definitely look at, taking advantage of one of those opportunities, or something that has arrived already, or something that is coming, or something that might be offered to you or has been offered to you already. I feel this is imminent. Maybe you've been offered already. I'm sort of getting that feel that you've got something and you're not sure, but don't hang on to, it's a new time, love. It's a new era. It's a new you. It's a new day. The songs are coming to me today. I can hear them. Lots of songs. New day, new time, new era. Those types of things are coming for you. So take advantage, because that is the time we have right now. Okay, that's it. Carmel, drop me a line. Let me know what that's about. Who knows where it all comes from, where it turns up out of the blue. But got my glass of water in front of me, and I'll be having that in a minute, because my throat is as dry as. Thank you so much to all of you for turning up. Thank you. After today, will you all turn up next week? You'll probably, bloody desert me and start again, Finnegan. But it'll be what it'll be. And I want you, I want you to get behind. I want you to think about all of this as being what I've been saying today about your life, you. your decisions, your life, you. Because this whole shift in the heavens, this whole Pluto transitioning for this 248, whatever years, 6, whatever years it is, this transition period, which it's going into, and it'll be another 246 or 48 years that it will be there in those planets making another transition. So this is a biggie as it changes, and we have coincidentally moved into the age of Aquarius with all this while it's happening, and it'll duck back in from late October, November. It'll duck back in a little into Capricorn while you'll think, oh, she said it was going to be different, but it looks the same to me. Don't let that fool you. It's only there momentarily, and it'll be on its way, on its journey that will bring quite a different thing with it. We are in great change, and she keeps saying week after week, expect the unexpected. Thank you so much for being part of Wednesdays with Wallis. I can't tell you how much I do appreciate you. I love you all. I think you're marvellous. I don't care who, what your personal things are, or ideas about elections or whatever else. But I think whatever everything is for you, you just go back and think, what's the most important thing in my life? And it's not about other people, and it's not about some candidate over here or somebody you prefer, or whatever else, some cock and bull bloody bullshit that's going on over here. It's about living in a situation where you can choose what it is you want and how you want to do it and how you want to live it and those things. And you want that freedom. Love you. See you next week on Wednesdays with Wallis. As I laugh and say, those of you that turn up. Those of you that turn up. Why am I saying that? Oh, I don't know. But anyway, says she with the head cold. Maybe a bit devil may dare today. I do love you all. Take care. Have a great week. Enjoy your lives. And I'll see you next week. Bye for now.